neighborhoods safe.
We try to get them away from that's the Mad Dads or ex-gang members.
It's time for the men to stand up and be men and take their part and do what is needed so our young kids can grow up in a safe environment.
Just making a lot of people feel a lot safer by us being out there, walking around.
Every child should have a man in their life, a positive man in their life.
Not everyone has to take to the streets, but everyone can take a step to help kids. Call us.
Welcome back to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. I'm Jay Enzer here, along with my good buddy to my left here, Jerry Ann. Fourth quarter underway. Buena Vista already is commenced with one offensive play here. This is 4th and 5 for Buena Vista. They will punt. It's the first time we've seen the punting unit out there in a while. And Vicinia's been getting a good rest there.
We're into the fourth quarter here, and Buena Vista.
And a flag on the play, and the ball went straight up and just has bounced all the way back to Vicinia's.
Oh.
And has been picked up by number 87, Chuck Leonard, who is taking it back. And it appears to be a touchdown here, but they should wave it off because if I remember right, Vicinia's punted it up, went straight up the air, bounced right back to him. He touched it, so that should indicate that the Beavers had downed it where Vicinia's touched the ball. Leonard instead picked up and kept running. We'll see what happens here.
That was a wild play, and they are calling it a touchdown.
And they are giving Leonard the touchdown.
Oh.
Bizarre twist of events here.
I don't understand that.
Not alone. That appeared to be a good punt until the wind, if you're assuming where we were, the wind just took that ball and it stopped straight in midair, kept spinning, came right back at Vicinia's.
I guess it makes sense. If he touched the ball, he could.
It's a live ball, but Vicinia's, he touched it, but apparently he didn't down it. Just like, if you remember, he just slapped at the ball and batted it straight down. Leonard took the opportunity, picked up the ball, ran it the distance.
That just shows that these Beavers cannot give up yet.
They cannot give up. And
plays like that can hurt.
A little bit of a mental breakdown there by Vicinius, and it wasn't just his fault. He was the only one back there as the rest of the Beavers had moved downfield for the special teams effort. Number 31. Derwin for the attempt the extra point. It is up. It is good, and we have some points on the board here for these Spartans. We haven't seen much from them since the first quarter, but it's now 33-13. Buena Vista still in the lead. 14-10 remaining in this fourth quarter, and Jerriana, I'm still kind of baffled as to how that happened. It was my understanding that in that type of situation, that when the team touched the ball, the team that was punting it away, when they touched the ball was dead, but yet Leonard picked it up and took it for the score.
I think the fact was he just didn't down it. And again, the wind really hurt that. I mean, I don't think that whole situation would have happened unless...
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Unless you're out here today, unless you're outside. If you're outside, you know what the conditions are. And if you're watching on your television, you can see the way the leaves are blowing out there in the field. And if you're in the stands, you know exactly what we're talking about. It's a good windy day.
Brennan and Mackey are in returning position for the Beavers here.
The question remains, what are the Spartans going to do? Will they attempt an onside, or will they kick away? They're really not in a position with the onside. Buena Vista recovers somewhere inside the Spartan side of the field. They're giving up the opportunity to cash in on some points and giving Buena Vista the opportunity to score some more, but it appears as if they will kick away here.
Looks like they're trying something different here.
It does, and it does go on the ground. The
that's
squib,
what
and it is.
Oh,
it was in the arms of Buena Vista player, and there are flags on the field. Buena Vista does recover. It hit, I believe it hit number 91.
Good recovery by number 91.
John Seal, I believe, hit him right in the hands, and was out in front of him, but he hopped on it. Flags on the play. See what the call is.
All right.
The illegal procedure against Dubuque. It was declined by the Beavers, giving them great field position to start with once again. This one on the 45-yard line of the Spartans inside their own territory. A little over 14 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Buena Vista up 33-13. First and 10 on the Dubuque 45-yard line. One back set. Klink's hands off to Pelusi. Charges up the middle. Gain of about 3.
Alrighty, we've got a score of 33-13, and we'll take it down to the sideline with Ryan Harder.
Well, the wind today, all the weather continues to be an amazing factor in this game. I've come up with another unscientific test to test the weather. I have recruited a young assistant from the stands here, probably an elementary school youth of some kind, and we are going to conduct this test of wind speed. So if you will, it doesn't seem to be working, but I'll let this youth have the popcorn. Back to you.
That's mighty fine.
Oh, Ryan, you always.
I just want to know if he bought him that bag or if that was a kid's popcorn he was wasting there anyway. But thank you, Ryan. Once again, a creative sideline report. He leaves nothing to be desired. Great job by Ryan.
We've got 3rd and 6 here.
Oh, folks, oh my goodness. The end of the field. If that doesn't tell you how windy it is we have a play going on here. Klinkvist drops back, scrambling around in the back pocket, going deep, has Tryon wide open. The catch, it is knocked away. And folks, if you saw, we panned out to the end zone, which Buena Vista is going towards. If you saw the stand out there, the rather tall ladder we have out there.
It's a camera stand.
The camera stand. If we can get a shot of that again.
Wait,
yeah,
someone
there we are.
would have been on there. That would have been a terrible accident.
Yeah, the wind just blew it right over. And folks, okay, that's it. I'm not going to mention any more about the wind today. That's enough evidence right there, just how blustery it is. And Jan said, I'm just thankful that there was no one down there when that occurred. That could have been a. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, we're thankful no one was on that as well. The camera, because that could have been tragic. But getting back to the action, as we're all kind of taken aback by the occurrence at the far end of the field here. It's 4th and 6 for Buena Vista on the 41-yard line of the Spartans. They are going for it. I don't see any harm in doing this with the lead that they have here. Shotgun, Klinkvist back. Goes up to pass, has a man wide open. The ball taken aback by the wind. Once again, it could have been there, except for the weather here.
The line really does an outstanding job of giving Klink plenty of time to throw that ball consistently.
An excellent point. I don't think Klink has been pressured a few times today, but that's only when he's had a lot of time to survey the field and try to find an open receiver. And as you mentioned, he's been given a great deal of time to find his receivers. Done a great job here in the second half. Penalty flags all over the place as Tate drops back to pass, and this play will be going back as we have penalty on Dubuque here. I believe it was a motion on the offense. 12 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Buena Vista up 33-13.
That was just amazing about that camera stand blowing over. It's a huge boulder.
And I know most of you weren't here this morning, but most of the crew was here. We saw a few coaches go over there and check to make sure that thing was sturdy and upright, as if they were anticipating this to happen. But drop back to the middle, pass caught. Still on his feet is number 87, Chuck Leonard, who has the as we called a freak touchdown take back on the punt return by Siniasov a minute ago. But Tate drops backs and hits Leonard with a great pass.
Mike Mullally was so close to getting a pick there.
Mullally just, as you mentioned with your talk with Coach Adachek, Mullally is probably the guy out there who everybody is just keeping their eyes on and focusing on the one person who does not give up, refuses to give in. Here comes the linebacker blitz again. It is taken and blocked down, knocked down by number 98, Matt Stutter. It came right down. To Sean Tate's passing lane there, right down the middle. Got a hand up, blocked it straight down. Tate not able to get the pass off. Great job there. Nice student, freshman from Harlan, Iowa.
crowd's still fired up here. We have 12 minutes left in the game.
I formation, 2 receivers out to Tate's left, 1 to his right, and we had a little bit of movement early, and yes, we did. I believe it was number 87, Chuck Leonard, who tried to get a good jump there on his Buena Vista secondary. He probably could use an extra step there because they have been smothering this afternoon. Dead ball foul. We have motion against Dubuque.
Dubuque's really facing problems with that.
The penalties have been
Mounting.
a key, have been mounting. They've been a very key factor against this Dubuque squad. If you remember, the second quarter, Buena Vista had that one play where it was a motion. Probably was holding on the offense, took him 10 yards, and then the unnecessary roughness play or personal foul that took him back, and yet Buena Vista kept right on pressing and got the touchdown out of it. Tate down in the pocket, under pressure once again, tripped up, sacked for a loss. I believe it was number
47.
58. Schrader got a hand on him, and 47
John Anderson.
put the claps on him when he was on the ground. Great job by those two. Buena Vista defense coming up big again. A little under 11 and a half minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Third down 25 for the Spartans on their own 41-yard line. I formation, 2 receivers out to the right. Linebackers hesitating on coming in. Tate drops back, rolls to his right, fires a deep pass. Cannot find Matt Plummer. And
Matt Plummer is having a tough game.
He's having
and I think it's a big part of the Buena Vista defense.
It is.
He just has not been able to catch them.
You and I have mentioned in the pregame that last year those two connected for 18 receptions. First half, Plummer had some big numbers. He had 4 receptions for 56 yards. But this half, I really don't know the numbers on him yet, but I'd guess that it is not even close to as impressive as his first half numbers, Cheyenne. Punt, long snap. They go for the fake. And oh, what a hit! Laid out was, I believe, Brennan with the hit, and we have 2 players down. The BV player getting up, not as quickly though. I believe he's trying to walk this one off, but the Dubuque player's down. I'm trying to see what number the Buena Vista player was. I believe it's number 28, Jeff Brennan, with a huge hit on number 29. That's Chris Unerdl, wide receiver who's seen a lot of running plays today. He gets up. That was a fake punt attempt by the Spartans as we had Tate back, way back, a high snap. He handled it well, tried to get to Unerdl. Buena Vista wasn't falling for it, double coverage on him, and as we said, the hit of the day has got to go to Brennan there. I really don't think the game is any question for these guys, but
the doctor was talking there with Jeff Brennan, making sure everything was okay, it looked like.
Buena Vista lines up, I formation, 2 tight ends. Trying out to the right, hands off. I believe we have Stadler back in the game. Going to his left there, following his blockers. Tackle made by Jamie Jorgensen, number 52.
Stadler's got to have some great statistics on today's game.
I can't wait to get the sheet at the end of this game and just see how well he really did. Picks up 3 on that play, so it's 2nd and 7 for the Beavers. And the Spartan 38-yard line, under 10.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buena Vista up 33-13. I formation once again, 2 tight ends. Todd trying out to Clinton's right. Fake handoff, the bootleg again. Rolling, no blockers. Tries to go, keeps on his feet. As he rolled back, number 23, Ryan Grubb, came back to assist him there, see if he can get a block and maybe free Klinkfus up there. Wasn't able to do it, but the clock keeps winding down here. Now under 10 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
I was kind of surprised he didn't throw that, but...
He did have Grubb open for a minute there, if I remember seeing that right. Tryon was covered well. And folks, we have an update on that big Big Ten game that's going on. Penn State still with 17 points. Ohio State has put a field goal through the uprights, making it 17-13. So we will keep you posted on that game. Meanwhile, welcome back to the action. Two people back in the backfield from Buena Vista. Handoff once again to Stadler. Look at him.
Oh,
I don't even want to hesitate to guess how many guys were trying to push him one direction or the other there, but he refused to go.
Okay, well, let's take a little break and go down to Ryan Harder.
The end of that last offensive series for Dubuque had ended with a huge hit to keep them from getting the ball. You could hear it halfway to Alta, and that resulted in Jeff Brennan, number 28, is being looked at by the trainers right now. He has possible concussion. He has a bad headache. He's being tested for concussion, and he has injuries in his neck. So a huge hit, but possibly an injury for one of Univista's players. Back to you.
Thanks for the info, Ryan. Didn't notice that he was hurt that bad.
It didn't seem, but if you remember that his teammates surrounded him quickly to cheer him on for a great hit, and he got up pretty quick. Stadler hit once and twice, still just go down. Getting back to that hit, it was a 4th and 1, he didn't make it. Getting back to that hit, it appeared the Dubuque player, number 29, Chris Unerdl, he was on the ground long. It appeared that he had suffered the worst of the injury there, but Brennan got back up pretty darn quickly there. Appeared to be walking rather sluggishly. Unerdl got up a little upset, walked over to the sidelines, but appears we have a turn of events here with Brennan suffering a concussion there. High formation for Dubuque. Tate drops back to pass, sees the man has Matt Plummer wide open.
Runs out of bounds.
We have an Iowa Cup.
Find a way to make it happen. That's what we talked about all week long. There's nothing wrong with what's going on right now. You're using the clock. All right? Stay together. Come on. Listen, they're going to start bringing guys up on the line. I'm going to start sending things into Zebra. All right? Okay. So you got to just block and play side zone step. Take what's there.
Hadachek saying some wise words there. It's so important for the team to stick together.
And Tate connecting with Plummer. Second straight play they've connected. All of a sudden, these guys are hitting it off here. And as we just heard Coach Hadachek saying, keep with it, stay with it. He's reiterating his main point. We have an Iowa Conference scorer here. He has Simpson, 35, beating Wartburg, 35-13 here.
Simpson, just an outstanding football program.
Simpson is 4 overall and 3-0 in the conference. Wartburg 3-1 overall and 2-1 in the conference. Good battle there between those two top teams in the Iowa Conference. Tate drops back, rolls to his left. Nobody wide open, no one even there. Intercepted by number 11, Ryan Rowe. UJN have been mentioning all day about his outstanding coverage work. Comes up with it, almost bobbled it there, but paid attention, was on Chuck Leonard like a glove, stuck with his man, found the ball, and the man took the ball away. Great job by Ryan Rowe.
Big crowd out here today, and what a play.
Outstanding play, and we need not speak anymore for this Buena Vista defense. They're responsible for, I believe it's now two interceptions, one for Malali, and now one for Ryan Rowe. So the defense, especially the secondary, the linebacking core, and Ryan Rowe, cornerback, remember the secondary coming up big for the Beavers. Linkfus under center. High formation. Tyler and Todd trying out to each side. Hand off to our main man Stadler, still on his feet. Slides in for a gain.
Okay, well, let's take a break and go down to the sideline and find out what Ryan Harder has to offer to us now.
Just a footnote on the report about Jeff Brennan. He does appear to be fine. He doesn't appear to have a concussion. He just has a slight headache, and he's kind of shaken up. So it's unclear whether he'll be back in the game, but he's doing okay. Back to you.
That's always good to hear, Ryan. Thanks for the info.
That is good news. So it is not a concussion. It's just probably a really throbbing headache that he suffered there, but that is good news. The handoff to Zach Mathers with one great move after another. It was 2nd and 5, and we'll see how much Mathers picked up on the play.
Great play. The Dubuque defense just seems to be swarming to the attack there.
Yeah, they are. It's a little too late there for this Dubuque defense. Finally picking up on the outstanding running game of this Beaver team today. Coming into it, you'd have thought that it would have been the passing play of Dubuque that would have made it difficult for for the Beavers. As we mentioned earlier, their Dubuque star player O.T. Cruz out with an elbow injury, the best running back in the conference and the team, the 10th overall in Division III. You figured it would be their passing attack that Dubuque would focus on. But so far, the Spartans have not been able to get anything off, and their defense has been focusing entirely on this Beaver running game, as Zach Mathers takes it again.
Got 6 minutes left here till the end of the game. That brings a 1st and 10. And the score is Buena Vista University 33 and Dubuque College 13. Todd Tryon coming back onto the field. Had an excellent touchdown here today.
Yes, he did. On a great pass from Klinkfist, finally connecting, like you said, didn't have much luck in the first half, 0 for 6, but you know that pass had to instill some confidence in him when it went for the score. 2 tight end setup. One receiver out to each side. Hand off to Pelusi there as he just keeps on going. If it's one thing you can say about these backs, fullback Matt Pelusi and the halfback Keith Stedler, these guys just keep running. They do not stop. They're hit once. They keep on going. That was a prime example of that was when I believe it was Stedler who was hit initially at the line, had a spin move in towards the end of the first half of the second quarter, took it straight in for the touchdown. And you've really got to hand it to the offensive line, like you mentioned earlier, Jurian. They are doing an outstanding job creating holes and little plugs for these running backs and halfbacks to run into. Doing the backfield, Klinkfist hands off to Mathers. Runs right into some of his own guys, but they're there to help him out there. It was 2nd and 6 on the play. First down, Beavers.
All right.
Buena Vista, I really don't think we're going to see much of a passing game for the rest. They're just trying to eat up the clock here for what it looks like. Now just under 5.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. And like I said, more than likely they will stay with the running game, but watch them go to a pass here just to prove me wrong. But from what it looks like, 2 in the backfield again. 1 tight end to the right side. Receivers out to each side. Handoff up the middle to Pelusi. Gets a great gain there, number 48, Matt Pelusi. Picks up 8 yards on the play for Buena Vista.
Pelusi, a senior here, is just like a boulder going through that line.
You just don't want to be those guys on Dubuque when those running backs come running right at you. But they got to do their job, and I can't imagine being in those positions trying to stop a guy like Matt Pelusi. 5'11", 205. He is a boulder, like you said, coming right through there. Hand off to Mathers, gets one good block. Great move there towards the inside. Still on his feet, still going. Moves inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Great run by Zach Mathers. Once again, outstanding blocking that time by the offensive line. And it is a first down at the Spartan 34-yard line. The clock is stopped with 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. We'll roll it again as Buena Vista sets up for yet another play on this rather impressive and time-consuming drive. All running plays so far, which they have all the reason in the world to do. At this particular point, I don't think there's a doubt that this game is in hand for Buena Vista. Of course, things do happen. 2 tight end setup, 1 person back. They hand off to Pelusi. Picks up a short gain there of about 1. Tackled by linebacker Paul Kunkel, who is one of the 3 captains on the defensive side for the Spartan team. And a good Spartan team overall. It's the 9th play of the drive that has consumed over about 3 minutes of this clock here. Oh, pardon me, it's consumed more than that. They started this drive with a little over 8 minutes left here, and now they're on their 9th play. So Buena Vista doing their job and doing it well.
New player coming onto the field, John Fick.
John Fick, I believe that's
10 there.
number 10, John Fick. He's got his own banner out at the far end of the field, so you know he's got his supporters here. Fick's a handoff to him, and just off the hands of number 6, Benji Castle, the senior there. I think it was Fick the handoff to Fick, rolled to his left, and just couldn't get it in the hands of Castle there. So Third down and 9 coming up for Buena Vista. A little over 3 minutes remaining here. The ball on the Spartan 33-yard line.
Tyler Tryon and Zach Mathers coming back onto the field.
As Castle will take a seat for a few plays here.
Buena Vista just dominating this ball game.
They really are. They're the only, since the end of the first quarter, which you mentioned, the interception there by Mullally. That was the turnaround here. I'm sure Coach Hadacek will agree with that when we talk to him. Linkfus rolling out to his left, still on his feet, still rolling, takes a hit, keeps on ticking, gets an extra yard or two after the hit.
Klink has really been moving the ball today. He's going to have some great yardage.
And he's been doing it through the air and on the ground, as you mentioned, Jerry Ann. And pick up there, I think of about 5 on the play for Klink. Fourth and 3 on the 17. So it's 7 as well.
Looks like we have a timeout here on the field. Today's telecast is copyrighted by Innovation Video and Buena Vista University. Rebroadcast of this telecast without the express written consent of Buena Vista University and Innovation Video is strictly prohibited. The BV Football Weekly air times. Okay, you can watch the Hadacek Show and Beaver Football Weekly Monday nights 8 to 8:30, Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, Wednesday at 9, Thursday at 6, Friday at 8, and Saturday at 12:50. So that is a show you don't want to miss. If you want to email your question to Scott Heinley, you have a chance to win a free t-shirt.
A little over 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buena Vista with the ball. It's 4th and 3 on the 27-yard line of these Spartans. Linkfus still rolling, still on his feet, needs a block. Did he get outside? I don't know. Benji Castle came back to try and give him blocked there. According to the spot, I really don't know. I don't know. He didn't get it that time, but not too detrimental to the Buena Vista cause here as this game winding down, now under 3 minutes remaining. Buena Vista up by 20 points, 33-13. 1st and 10 for these Dubuque Spartans on their own 26-yard line. Buena Vista putting 4 men on the line here, 3 linebackers and 4 on the line, 7 in the backfield in the secondary there. Tate rolls back, passes across the middle, hits Plummer across the middle, still on his feet. Out moved one player, number 47, John Anderson. Got out of bounds there to stop the clock with 2:50 remaining in this game. 1st down and 10 for these Spartans, who are now all of a sudden starting to move the ball here. But like I said earlier, a little too late. It's now on their 40-yard line. 2:50 remaining, fourth quarter. Buena Vista up by 20. I formation for the Spartans. Tate rolls back again, looking downfield. Incomplete to Matt Plummer. A little low on the pass there. Now 2nd and 10, still on the 40-yard line for Dubuque.
You see some different numbers coming into the game. I think Hadacek wants to make sure that the starters get a little rest.
Get a little rest and prepare for next week's game.
Big game, Wartburg College in Waverly, Iowa.
Wartburg, played today against Simpson. Last we checked, they were down 35-13. See if we can get an update on that for you if there is one available. Tate draws back again. Pressure coming. Number 92. Big time hit. Darren Schwartz.
Great play by Darren Schwartz.
He came from around the right side as fast as he could and just nailed Sean Tate. Timeout on the field.
Alrighty, well, let's take a break and we'll be right back with Beaver football action. I'm Jerry Ann Hytrader, along here with Jay Insher, and we have a beautiful ball game here at Buena Vista University. The Beavers are dominating the ball game. The score's 33 to Dubuque College 13. We have 2 minutes left here in the game.
Beautiful is right. Beautiful weather, beautiful day, and a beautiful game if you're a Beaver fan. Tate drops back again. Flush from the pocket, number 50. Coming around the corner, Gibson McGill. Coming once again, the speed of the Beaver defense, especially the defensive line, as Coach Adachek is putting in the reserves here, giving his starters a break, as you mentioned, but still, you really can't tell the difference between the starters and the backups here. They're all doing the same great work, Jerry Ann.
Great action on covering that quarterback. That's incredible.
That was two back-to-back plays where we just flushing the quarterback out of the pocket, and the pursuit is phenomenal. Back for punting is Dubuque, and we send a Beaver play back. Fumbles. The kind of bobbles the snap there. The ball takes the first time to takes a Dubuque hop. But you at the wrong time for these guys. Under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Beavers up 33 to 13. Fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Buena Vista on their own 32-yard line. Safe to say, Jerry, and I don't think that the Spartans will be mounting a 2-minute rally here, but you never know. But the way this Beaver offense has been playing, especially the running game that they've focused on so well, this game appears to be well in hand for Buena Vista, who will move up to 2-1 in conference play, 2-3 overall. Very important, because if Wartburg loses, they move to 2-2 in the conference. Buena Vista moves up in the conference ahead of Wartburg. Spartans will drop to 0-3 in the conference play and 2-3 overall. Zach Mathers up the middle. What can you say about these offensive players? The offensive line, the running backs, tailbacks, just keep on pounding. Clock winding
Almost
down.
under a minute here.
Indeed we are. Clock is winding down. Timeout called. Timeout says to the Dubuque Spartan team here. Trying to stop the clock, trying to see if they can slow the momentum down from this Beaver team, but like I said, kind of a little bit late here.
A reminder to all of you, would you like to be a part of Innovation Video? There is no experience necessary, and there are many opportunities available. For more information on how to get involved with BVU Students Produced television station, contact Paul Bowers. You better write that number down. 1216 is his number. Or stop by Logie Communications Center and ask one of the many staff members on hand. Come join in the fun of Innovation Sports.
And it is a lot of fun out here today. We've got the crew down the field there with the cameras, and we got Ryan with his witty little sideline remarks there, and we're just having a lot of fun out here. The fans are really enjoying it. Less than a minute and a half to go in the game here. Clock has stopped. 2nd and 2 for the Beavers. 2 men in the backfield, one receiver out to each side. Blinkfus under center. Get the snap, hands off to Mathers. Mathers, a great move towards the outside, trips up, and you know what? There was only one man to beat. It was number 83 for Dubuque, Kurt Jesse, and he had number 3 for Buena Vista, Kim Ruman, right in his face. If he stayed on his feet, that would have been 6 for the Beavers. But at this particular point, it's probably better that way. That you don't pile on the points here. You just keep the ball moving and keep it out of the hands of the Spartans.
Oh, that was crazy.
It was a great play by Mathers there, and I can't wait to see the numbers on these guys at the end of the game. 2 men in the backfield again, Mathers. Mathers gets the ball again to the left side, a pick of about 5 there.
I have a feeling that the Beavers are going to just let the clock run here.
Yes, 45 seconds remaining in this game. I have a feeling you're right there, Jerry. 2nd and 5 on the 43-yard line of the Spartans. 40 seconds to go. Clock still running.
Nope, they're going to take advantage of the play here.
It's 2 guys in the backfield for the Beavers. One receiver out to each side. Blinkfus drops back, hands off to Mathers, takes it to the left, cuts back to the right. I don't know, maybe lost on the play, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Regardless of that fact, folks, there's 10 seconds left in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a home victory for our Buena Vista University Beavers. As the clock winds down, the game is officially over. Buena Vista, final score 33-13 over the Dubuque Spartans. A great game, a good solid effort put out by the defensive secondary, especially the running backs, tailbacks, all the offensive linemen for Buena Vista. The whole team did a fantastic job, but just those individuals, to name a few. Jerry Ann, anything to add?
What a great game, and what a turning point that the Beavers needed for this season. I know Hadachuk will say that this game was a key game, and wow, what a game it proved to be.
Indeed it was. We had goalposts falling and everything else, so...
Okay, well, we'll take a break and we'll come back with a post-game rundown. This is Jerry Ann Hightrader and...
Jay Enzer.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
20 kids. For 1 hour a week, you leave your concrete world of flip phones and faxes and talk to 20 kids about how business works. They will question everything, but those 20 kids will talk to 20 more. So by Saturday, what you said on Thursday could be halfway around their world. You get to make a difference. Could just make the rest of your week pretty dull. That's the new JA, teaching kids how business works.
We want to see our children succeed. But setting easy goals for our kids creates the toughest obstacle they'll ever face. Because succeeding in the real world isn't easy. Help the effort to raise standards in America's public schools. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
We're back here at Buena Vista University, and what a game it was, 33-13. And we are going to take it right away to some words from Coach Hadachuk with Ryan Harder.
It's the longest 50. And I'm down here on the field with Coach Joe Hadachuk after BV's 33-13 win today over Dubuque. Coach Hadachuk, congratulations on the win.
Thanks a lot. I was really proud of the way they played today, and coming back after the last couple of heartbreaking losses shows the character these guys have.
Yeah, I'm not a philosophical guy, but if I was, I'd kind of compare today's game to the weather. It started out really gloomy this morning, and by game time it was all bright and perfect for football. You guys had a slow first quarter, but in the second and third quarters, you really came back and dominated the game.
Well, I attribute that to being able to stop the run, first of all, on defense. They did a great job containing their quarterback and their outstanding wide receiver, and then offensively we were able to run the ball. We were pretty limited throwing the ball in this wind.
Okay, and next week you're going to travel to Wartburg and Waverly and take on Wartburg. You just got done with this game, but any plans for next week?
Well, I can tell you what, we start beginning all of that preparation tomorrow morning, and you don't get to relax much when you get a victory. You only play 10 games in football, so hey, we got to just gear it up, strap it up. Wartburg's always tough, and especially up at their place.
Okay, well, once again, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you.
Thanks a lot. Some inspiring words from Coach Hadachuk. Always looking for the positive of everything, and they're excited about next week, it sounds like.
They sure are, and you heard him throughout the game when we had a little camera spots on him talking to his players. It was always a positive. It was keep your heads up, guys. Stay on your toes. Don't give up. As you reiterate throughout the hours here, that Coach's motto is don't give up. Keep up the work. Stay strong, and don't ever let your guard down. And there was some key players today who took care of that, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah,
one of them has to be.
Let's recap
Molly.
just some prime things that happened today in the game. It started off with Pelusi getting the first touchdown, 14-yard run in. Great job by him. Some other key factors were Klink getting in 2 touchdowns, and him running for yardage was just outstanding. As you can see, the ending score was 33-13. And here in the second half, I would say key players again were Malali, and outstandingly, we would definitely say Malali stood out, and
the Malali stood out, but just some key numbers I want to give to you here before we go. Total offense was 405 yards for Buena Vista, which just only summarizes how great they were today at the offensive end. They dominated this game.
Great game. We're going to wrap it up and hopefully see you here in a couple Saturdays. Stay tuned to Innovation Sports. And I think that's